Ladies and gentlemen, our government is assuming that every single person that joins the debating community, that every single person that joins this community is significantly exclusive to this community. They need to be smart to join the debating community. That people need to have reasoning to join. That people need to have certain qualities to have these to join debating communities. And they're assuming that every single person that are in these types of government-funded tournaments of debate are world-class, such as Bang Diman or Boseo. They're assuming that every single person that are currently participating in state-funded debate tournaments are world-class. But we on side opposition believe that the purpose of NSDC or WDC or any single government-funded tournament is not only to find the best of the best in certain areas, but to also introduce debate, to further rural communities, to further communities that are not privileged, that are not in Java, or that don't have any coaches, that don't have people that are currently struggling to find their voice in the debate community. First point of rebuttal. Firstly, they say inside government that this is a way to give appreciation to debaters. But the logic here is that how would you give appreciation to debaters if they don't even want to be recorded? How do you give appreciation to these debaters if they don't even consent to be recorded and they don't even want to be recorded? And I want to tell you that every single person, that if debating is exclusive, then we wouldn't have many people joining debating. Because why? Firstly, we believe that a lot of people that join debating communities started off as people that are confident in themselves, that try to build self-confidence, that try to build this feeling in themselves that they want to talk publicly. Debaters that join debating community, don't have an intellectual quality that they are only good at public speaking, that their qualities to join debating, they have to have public speaking skills from the get-go. Certain debaters want to build up their public speaking, and people, if we are trying to build this image of the debating community as an exclusive group of only smart people, of only helpful people, then people are going to be reluctant to join these type to our community. People are going to be reluctant. Why? Because people will think that this community is solely exclusive to those people, that these types of people cannot join because they aren't smart, they aren't helpful, that they are someone who can contribute to the debating community. And this type of philosophy is something that we're trying to avoid inside opposition by encouraging everyone to join these types of tournaments and not record that and not recording them without consent. And second point of rebuttal, we believe that there are certain evidence that you can find in testimonies from adjudicators. Certain evidence that only can be found in testimonies from adjudicators. Why? We believe that when you record someone, we only record the performance, not the process of adjudication, not the process of a person trying to find the right cause, not a process of a person trying to find who the winner of the debate is. And secondly, how this evidence, if we upload it to somewhere, if we upload it to YouTube or something else, it would provide a learning experience for UB debaters. And in the later time, it would create a more fair community, because the people that are trying to watch these videos are debaters, they are smart, they are analytical. But we believe that the people that are trying to watch these types of videos are people that are also learning to be debaters. They are newbie debaters. They are debaters who are trying to improve themselves. So that's why they watch the video. Not just because they want to judge other people. They want to learn from these people. And secondly,
Sir, before that?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, notice how he keeps stating the harms in our side without actually responding how they will actually improve the proliferation of national debating championship in all regions, especially the rural ones.
I'm coming on to that point. And one point is that how this would also improve debating community. We believe that The learning materials not only come from evidence. We believe that there are a lot of things that can be held accountable from learning experience inside opposition. Why? We believe that there is a more beneficial stand, there is more beneficial things to have inside opposition. Firstly, there is more beneficial thing. There is a more beneficial factor. If we learn from quality debaters, if we learn from debaters from WDC or debaters that have already proven that they have public speaking skills, that these debaters have already proven that they can debate without us actually, that these debaters can actually debate without us actually having to try to find the videos of good debaters, because the market is clogged with debaters that aren't full of quality, that aren't qualified, that don't have certain qualities from these types of debating communities. And furthermore, we as the side opposition believe that the debaters have no moral obligation to be recorded from the government. Yes, we believe that the government paid for these types of commentations, but we believe that these debaters have worked hard for themselves, that these debaters have worked for themselves, these debaters have tried to work, that these debaters have no moral obligation to be recorded. And the point of side government that there is no standard and they're trying to breach the standard by not recognizing consented recording. There's a problem with this, because the people who are trying to watch these types of videos are also newbies. We also believe that people that are trying to watch these videos are also people that are trying to improve themselves. And if we're not, and if these types of people that are currently being recorded, shy people that are in the lower spectrum of the debating community, we believe that they will give out a minimum performance in their videos. It will give out a minimum performance to what they actually can become. And what does this do? It preemptively, it makes them even more reluctant to join debating communities. It makes them even more reluctant to join debating competitions, or even more reluctant to join the national debating competition. Just because that they are confident in themselves, just because that they are trying to find themselves. And this leads to a problem. This leads to that these types of talents being gone, these types of talents being swept away just because they are confident in themselves. And thus it creates a further conflict between the interest of the government. The interest of the government is to find these types of talents. If they don't find these types of talents, which talent can be found anywhere, even from Sabang to Merauke, it can be found anywhere. The government's goal is to include every single person in these types of communities. And furthermore, the side governments believe that this type of recording will improve recognition for these types of debaters. Improve recognition for these types of debaters and improve appreciation for these types of debaters. But we on side opposition believe that it is more beneficial if we try to fix the community of debaters, if we try to fix the mentality of debaters, if we try to fix the helpful mind of debaters, rather than us trying to force these types of people to be recorded, rather than us trying to further improve this type of community. And because we give you one of the points about how side governments fail to achieve the interest of the government, and why side opposition is in the interest of every single party, which is the debater and the government, we are proud to oppose.